Hey everyone, welcome back for another week where I talk about my favorite movies. This week I'm going to be talking about another one of my favorite football movies. A few weeks ago I talked about Remember the Titans, that's what it was. And this week I'm going to be talking about Friday Night Lights. Both movies are about high school football, both movies are true stories, but both are a little different. Where Remember the Titans deals a lot with race and race relations, and how people from different races can come together and overcome something and view each other as human. Friday Night Lights is definitely more about football and football culture and the specifically Texas football culture, because it talks about the 1988 Permian Panthers out in Odessa, Texas, and it deals with a lot of just football related stuff and like the mindset and all these other different things that really resonated with me. I didn't watch this movie till I got to high school, so I was already playing high school football, and so a lot of the experiences and things that take place in the movie are things that I didn't necessarily experience directly, because I didn't go to I was homeschooled, and this deals with like a public school. But from a football standpoint, the mindset of the kids in the movie and the characters in the movie and just how things play out is something that I could really like identify with as a person that loves football and experience a lot of those same kind of emotions and feelings, and the pain and the struggle that you go through when you go to two-a-day practice, and you're trying to fight for your spot, and you have these expectations of yourself that you're trying to match, and you have these expectations of your coaches and the fans and the people that support you, and what they think you should do and should accomplish. And that's what this movie really deals with. And you just follow these guys through that season of football, and the way things pan out, trying not to give away the movie, but the way things pan out for them is near identical to some experiences that I had playing high school football, and how my seasons would play out. And they, by the time I got to the end, the way the movie ends is something that I've felt those same emotions and feelings before. So watching it, for the first time, even watching it now, having seen it so many times, is something that really hits emotional heartstrings for me and reminds me of that feeling of putting on the pad and stepping out onto the field and playing the game that I still love to this day. But playing that game for so many years, every time I watch that movie, unlike any other football or sports movie that I watched, I get those emotional feelings the most from watching Friday Night Lights. But about the movie itself, like I said, it's about it's a true story about a high school football team out in Texas that is just trying to work through all those expectations and stuff, to try and win a championship at the end of the year. And you follow the head coach, you follow the starting quarterback, their starting running back, who's got a bunch of college recruits and everything, and some of the defensive players on the team as well, and just them dealing with their own lives and the things that they have going on and their own issues and stuff, and as well as still trying to play football and also just be a kid and deal with their own trying to grow up in this time. And there's so many like big expectations and things put on them, and it's an interesting movie to watch. Really great performances by Billy Bob Thornton, Luke, Lucas Black is another guy that's in it. Tim McGraw is in it, which was interesting because before I saw it, I'm like, isn't he a country singer? And I don't really listen to country music much. And I think he gives a very good performance in the movie. He plays a drunk father who is very abusive to his son, and I think he plays that role very well. And watching that relationship with him and his son is very interesting and very well portrayed, I think. And the movie also does a great job of blending the action and the visual with sound and music to really heighten the emotional effect of what's happening in the story. The soundtrack is done by Explosions in the Sky, and Explosions in the Sky is one of my favorite musical artists. They're a rock group that does atmospheric rock, is how you put it. It's no words, it's just music that causes a lot of emotion and feeling, and it's very intense stuff, and it's super beautiful, very well put through the movie. And it's written and directed by Peter Berg, who's done a lot of movies that are based on real events. He did Patriots Day and Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, and many other films that are all very, very good. And I think those are his best movies, are the movies that he tells that are about true stories, but also deal with a lot of, just he tells them in a very human, emotional way. And that's what I love about Friday Night Lights. Just like Remember the Titans, it brings a very human element to a sport that even if you're not a big, football fan or a sports movie fan, I think both of these movies do a great job of doing that, where it pulls you in. My mom really liked Friday Night Lights. She's not a big sports person, but this movie had her crying and cheering for the guys in the end. So it's a fantastic movie. Highly recommend you check it out. I think it is on Netflix right now. It might be. I'm not totally sure. I have a copy of it. I watch it just about every year around football season to get the nostalgia feelings going. But it's a great movie. Highly recommend it. One of my favorites for sure. But yeah, that's it for this week. Thanks again for tuning in and listen to me talk about my movies. If you liked it, give it a like, share it with somebody else that might like Friday Night Lights or football movies. Drop some comments or questions that you may have about it. I'd be happy to chat with you guys more about it down there. And yeah, thanks. Everyone stay safe. Have a great week, and see you next time.